Gene, it's my buddy Gene. How you doing?
I'm good, Clint. How are you? Long time no talk.
I know.
I moved down to Georgia, and you just ditched me.
You ditched me. You left and went to Georgia. What's going on? It's Gene from. He used to be at Kings Dominion. Now he's down at Six Flags Over Georgia. And how are you liking things down there?
I love it down here. Nice and warm. You know, we've had weather in the 70s and 60s in the winter. Much warmer than Virginia, I'll tell you that.
Hey,
and no snow. It's far, knock on wood. But, you know, when I came down here last year, there was the snowmageddon over here. So hopefully it doesn't happen this year. But let it happen when we're closed after Holiday in the Park.
It is 60 degrees up here today, Gene. So, you know, you just kind of kicked up that Georgia weather up to us.
But you get it temporarily. We get it consistently. But we got to give you a little bit of taste of what we get down here all the time.
All right, so before we dive into some Six Flags Over Georgia stuff, when did you officially make the move? You made the move last winter down to Six Flags Over Georgia, correct?
Yeah, I started here in the middle of February. Literally, I came down here right when that big ice storm happened. So my first 3 days in the job here actually were snow days because we were closed because no one can drive in ice and snow down here in Georgia. So that's when I came down, and I've been going ever since. And then, you know, we announced in April that we're extending our season, so we're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
All right, extending your season because
but I do have to say I do miss all my friends at Kings Dominion.
Oh,
for all my Kings Dominion listeners, I do miss talking to everybody.
But
it's much warmer down here.
I'll say this: we still have remnants of Gene at Kings Dominion because when you walk around the park, you still hear your voice telling us that there's no line jumping, or that once you enter the park, you can't bring in your lunch and stuff like that. So you know, we still have Gene around Kings Dominion. So
I've heard rumors that that's still going on. People text me all the time and say, "I hear you in my head."
I hear you. So now you're down there, and they announced that one of the big features of the 2014 season was going to be the extension of the holiday season, or the season into the holidays. You guys are now doing holidays in the park, and how's that going for your first year?
Yeah, all new Holiday in the Park here at Six Flags Over Georgia. It's going really well. People are really, really enjoying it. We're having great crowds. You know, I can go through some highlights of Holiday in the Park here. We have 10 themed sections, lit up sections of the park, and each section has its own light scheme, event happenings. So when you first walk in the park, the first thing you see, 165,000 lights above you and a light canopy. Then you go right past that, and we've done the impossible in Georgia. You know, we talked a little bit about snow, but we make it snow at the park even when it's well above 32 degrees. So you have some artificial snow. And then we have our 25-foot Christmas tree, which we light every night with a military family from a local Air Force Reserve base, police, fire, EMS, and also families from a local children's hospital. And that's just what you see when you first come in, because the Holiday in the Park itself has more than 1 million LED lights. We have many of our most popular roller coasters open, including Goliath. So you can tower up 200 feet and ride down at more than 70 miles an hour and see all the lights below. Acrophobia is open. Daredevil Dive is open. And we also have all our rides around the carousel for our families to ride in, and Bugs Bunny World open. So it's really a great experience. And again, 10 themed sections, and we can go through more of those as we continue to talk.
So, it's not just lights as well. Do we have any themed shows, or maybe even some food to throw in there as well?
Yeah, we have really transformed the entire park, to be honest with you. In terms of shows, in the area we have called a Georgia Christmas, and if you're familiar with Georgia, we are known for being the peach state. So we have Georgia peaches on our poles and peach-colored lights all in that section. And in that section is where our historic Crystal Pistol Music Hall is. And in that music hall, we have a show, our signature show, because it's Christmas. And that is just a great show that everybody loves and watches. It plays several times a night, and you can find all those times out in our show guide and our park map, which are now one here at the park. And aside from that, we obviously have the tree lighting, which is our great show that we have every night that we're open for Holiday in the Park. We also have a snow globe where people can take pictures in with their family and snap that photo for their Christmas card. We also have on our Daredevil Dive stage, which is in the Retro Christmas USA section, which is a throwback to the 50s section with those big lights that your mom and dad put on the Christmas trees and just strung out in the trees stays outside. We also have in that section local talent that comes in and performs every night that we're open on our Daredevil Dive stage. And that area also has a military tribute as well with red, white, and blue lights.
All right. What is?
And then you asked about food, so I should
yeah.
answer the food question too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have specialty foods here. We have soup and bread bowls. We have chili and other different types of soup here. And then we also have a ham and turkey dinner at DJ's Diner, which is in Retro Christmas USA. And we also have peach cobbler desserts. So we've really, in the Georgia Christmas section to go along with the peach feeling, so we've really stepped it up a notch in terms of not just having lights and rides and artificial snow, but we also have holiday specialty food and holiday specialty shows as well.
And we can't forget, you guys have the unlimited hot chocolates. When you buy the mug, you get unlimited refills of hot chocolate for the night. And they also had what I believe was a make-your-own s'more station where they had like little campfires and you could. Aww. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 s'mores pits that are right outside the Georgia Cyclone Coaster, not too far from the main entrance, and that's one of the 10 themed sections called S'moresville. So you can purchase a s'mores kit and roast your own s'mores and make your own s'more right there over some open fires, which is really unique for a theme park to have something like that.
I forgot that Drew was up there over the past few days, weren't you, Drew?
Yeah, I was just there Sunday night.
What did you think, Drew? Tell us, what did you think of it? I mean, the lights are amazing, right?
It totally exceeded my expectations and it blew me away. I was highly impressed by the event. I really hope it comes back year in and year out.
Yeah, I appreciate the nice words. This is definitely we're committed to Holiday in the Park, and we announced it when we first announced that we'll most likely be expanding it in years to come. So we definitely want to continue that tradition. We started a tradition here with Holiday in the Park. You know, it's really gratifying, to be honest, 100% honest with you, to walk around the park. You know, we're used to hearing the screams and the thrills of riding the coasters and kids having fun, but it's really gratifying to hear that, plus hear the oohs and the ahs and just people kind of staring at everything. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think many people thought that we could pull off an event like this with our creative partner that we've worked with. It's really a great event, and people are really enjoying it, and we're getting tons of positive feedback for it.
Now, Gene, I got a question for you. When you're going to do a park event like this for the first time, what are some of the challenges you guys have in launching a new event like Holiday in the Park?
Well, you know, one of the challenges is we didn't really know what to expect. There's a lot of things going on. We worked with our creative partner to make sure that the lights were going up. We actually were putting lights and wrapping trees during Fright Fest. So it was really an interesting experience during the day, if you came to the park, you saw lights wrapped up a tree, but we're scaring you at night. So we're like, hey, we're going to have this really great family atmosphere. But then at night, you're not going to see those lights just yet, but it's really interesting to see the transition that was going on. It was also a challenge to make sure that we got everything was perfect for the first night. It's just like opening up a new product. You know, we opened up Hurricane Harbor. We want to make sure that looks pristine on the first day. So we want to make sure that Holiday in the Park, especially Holiday in the Park, because we build it as a spectacular light show with rides and new family memories and experiences. But we pulled it off, and I feel like we've done a great job here, and the feedback we're getting has, again, been very positive, and we hope everybody comes to check out Holiday in the Park.
So go ahead.
I know you got me to drive up from Orlando to go check it out, so hopefully you got people from all over coming.
Yeah, you know, I've been doing some other interviews also with the radio stations the past week or so. I've been in outer markets as well, and I actually did some interviews down in Jacksonville, Florida, and they told me, we want to interview you because we want to come. And that's great news to hear that, you came from Orlando and we're having families from Florida come up here, because we want to start a new tradition here at the park, and we want families to come year in and year out.
Now, I have one question. What would you say is your favorite part of the entire event? Like your involvement, what you've actually participated in making this event so special, what's your favorite part?
Well, I mean, aside from seeing all, the smiling faces and the photos and people coming up to me and saying, thank you for doing this, like, I just talk about it. I wasn't out there putting the lights up. I got to give credit to all the guys that were putting, the lights up and that we've been working day in and day out to do this. But I would say my favorite actual part of the event is going to the carousel and the Candlelight Carousel. How many times do you hear a public relations manager tell you that the carousel is the most popular attraction at the park? I'm telling you, That is what is happening here at this park. I go to the carousel every night that I'm here, that Holiday in the Park is open, and that carousel is just jam-packed because it's the experience that you have to go through. You go through, you have the artificial snow coming down on you, and then you go through birch trees, a big, nice birch tree arch that's spotlighted with holiday colors, and then you go through more than 150 lit Christmas trees, and you go up to the carousel, which is the highest part of our park that's off the ground in terms of off sea level, and that is the iconic topping. And to see the garland and the hundreds of luminary candles and the family sitting there in our rocking chairs, which are famous in the South, just watching their kids have fun on the carousel and taking that family photo is really gratifying, and that's something that I personally really enjoy the most.
Excellent.
So
and I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that, we have our train ride here is now the North Pole Express. So it's a train ride through 140,000 lights, and it takes you over to the North Pole, and that's where Santa Claus is waiting. But Santa Claus is only there 4 more days, this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then he goes to bring all the presents to everybody, and then he's go back to the North Pole, the real North Pole. You got to give him a chance to go relax. But the train ride will still continue.
I liked the train ride because as you got closer to Santa's, the lights changed, and there was a whole storyline about how far away you were when you started off with green lights and whatnot, and then as you got closer to Santa, then it got like blue and white lights. That's what meant you got to the North Pole, and I thought that was really cool. The spieling element that your train conductors were doing.
Great, yeah, no, that's one of the definite assets that we wanted to make sure was perfect, and that's part of the challenge of making sure that everything flows correctly. And you're right, when you get up to the North Pole itself, I mean, that is just massively lit. That whole area is one of the brightest sections of the park. You can see that. We had an aerial photo shoot the other day on Saturday, and that area just with a drone above the North Pole just illuminates the park like no other. I mean, it's really amazing to see.
Now,
did
Gene,
you tell
I want
Santa what you wanted for Christmas?
I did not, because the thing I really wanted for Christmas was a night ride on Goliath, and he already granted that for me. So I got to experience a night ride in December on one of the best steel coasters ever.
Love it. I like to hear that.
All right, Gene, I wanted to transition the interview here. Holiday Park in the Park is great. It's got another couple weeks left. But after that, you guys got about probably another 2.5 months till you open up for the 2015 season. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the new rides coming into the park in 2015.
Yeah, next year, you're right. Holiday in Park goes December 20th till January 4th every day except for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then we will take a deep breath because we have a 2-month break this year instead of a 4-month break. And so it's guns a-blazing going forward. We open March 14th next year is our opening day. And our opening weekend will be quite a spectacular weekend. And then we go into our traditional opening of our new rides, which will happen on Memorial Day weekend. So here at Six Flags Over Georgia, we have 2 new rides coming. The Joker's Chaos Coaster, which is a 7-story looping coaster. Spins you upside down, forward, backwards, and every which way you can imagine. You face off against – you have 2 people face off against 2 people, so you're basically looking directly at somebody else. So while you're going forward, their viewpoint is backwards and vice versa. And so you make it to the top, and then you do a series of loops. And then we have Harley Quinn Spinsanity, which is your classic tilt-a-whirl family ride. And both of those attractions are going to be in our really newly rethemed, remodeled Gotham City section of the park, which is under construction right now. And
yes,
then we have good.
I was going to ask where exactly in the park are they going, and like what was there obviously in the 2014 season?
Yeah, so the Joker Chaos Coaster is going to be going in, if you're familiar with the park, the bullpen section, so right behind the Access Arena. So when you first walk under the tunnel to get into Gotham City, it'll be right there as you're walking up the hill on the right-hand side. And the Harley Quinn Spinsanity is going where we had the old truck game, I believe it was. I'm not exactly sure what it was called off the top of my head, but it's going to be in that section not too far from the Mindbender. It's basically between the Mindbender and the Batman roller coaster.
All right, very cool. And of course, the Nerdosphere, when you guys made the big Six Flags announcements, was not concentrating on what was announced or how cool Twisted Colossus is going to be or the Justice League Dark Ride. The whole conversation, it went to roller coaster or not with all the rides going in. So I wanted to hear the official Six Flags standpoint on roller coaster or not for the Joker's Chaos Ride.
The Joker's Chaos Ride is a 7-story looping coaster, is what we say.
All right. There it is.
There we have it.
But I will tell you, we have another, aside from Hurricane Harbor, which we have here at Six Flags Over Georgia, which is new this year, in 2014, so it'll be back for its second year next year. We also have a sister water park, a beautiful water park, Six Flags Whitewater, about 20 minutes up the road here in Marietta, Georgia, from us here at Over Georgia. And that park is going to be getting a capsule water slide where the floor drops out from underneath you, and you drop down more than 40 miles per hour at nearly 90 degrees straight down. So if you're familiar with that park, Cliffhanger, we're adding a capsule to that. It'll add some height to the ride and obviously a lot more thrill to that ride as well, or attraction.
All right, very good. Was there any other questions for Gene?
Well, I was going to ask, do you have any other plans for adding, say, new foods or anything for next year, or anything like that in a sense? I mean, I know parks every year, they come up with new ideas, but is there anything we can look forward to in terms of food or drink offerings?
Yeah, just this past weekend, we released our food team, our culinary team, released the 2015 Green Sports Cups, and those are $19.99 each. So if you get those sports cups, it's pretty incredible. You get free refills every time you come to the park, all through next year. And we just started selling that. So that's one new thing that we're going to have. And going forward, we'll continue to sell that into 2015. With Holiday in the Park right now, we're focused on making sure that this event is going really well and that we have the new foods that we're serving for Holiday in the Park, make sure that's 100%. And then once we get to January, obviously there's planning now, but nothing really official. But we'll start talking about the official new food, new offerings, et cetera, once we get into January.
Of course, one thing.
And I will say we will have a lot of information to release prior to our park opening, so stay tuned.
Okay. One question I did have though with the drink cups, do you know if it's just going to be park specific, or can you actually take it to other Six Flags parks for that $20 deal?
I can't answer that question at 100% at this point. I have to check in with our food team to find out that answer. So you stumped me. Thank you very much. That's something I need to find out, and I will let you know.
Stumped the PR.
You stumped me. No, that answer I honestly couldn't give you a 100% answer at this time because I don't have that answer in front of me. But I will find out and let you know. But I can tell you it's at least at Six Flags Over Georgia.
Okay, excellent.
And it's Six Flags Whitewater.
It's going to be a great deal, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like I said, we open up on March 14th next year, and then we'll be weekends typically like we are. And then we're going again. Fright Fest starts the end of September. New rides open in May, Fright Fest in September, and then we'll be back with Holiday in the Park in November next year. Okay. Don't forget, season passes, the best deal ever right now at Six Flags Over Georgia. You get Over Georgia and Whitewater all next year plus the remainder of this year for $54.99 if you buy 4 more season passes. Cheaper than one-day admission.
And now is a good time to go to the water
parking.
park. So.
What was that?
I said, and now is a good time to go to the water park. Nobody's ever in line over the water park right now.
The water park, I'm telling you, I guarantee you will not wait at Whitewater or Hurricane Harbor for a nanosecond to ride one of those attractions.
All right, Gene, here's an idea for you. What you need to do is ice down the troughs of the water slides and then give people snow tubes and let them go crazy.
That would be awesome.
You're not the first person to suggest that, so we'll see what happens.
All right, Gene, before we let you go.
We have to make sure that's pretty safe.
Gene, before we let you go, do you want to play a quick game of I've Got 5 on it with us?
Oh, boy. What am I getting myself into?
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab Gene, the PR guy from Six Flags Over Georgia, and we're going to give him 10 seconds to name 5 of some type of topic, and it's going to be themed to Six Flags Over Georgia. Now, the idea is, Gene, if you lose this, you're going to have to send out one of our listeners something from the Six Flags Over Georgia prize closet. If you win,
okay,
then you don't have to send anything. You get a pass. Okay. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
All right, so we're going to give you 10 seconds. We're going to play this cool music here. And if you get to name 5 of the 5 things of the topic, then you win. Okay, so like an example would be name 5 breakfast cereals. And then you have 10 seconds to do so, okay?
And it has to deal with Six Flags Over Georgia?
It's going to have something to do with Six Flags Over Georgia.
I have a great one.
All right. Here we go. Oh, you've got a great one? I was going to do it, but if you got it, if you think you got it better.
If you want to do it, go right ahead.
You know what? I'm going to trust you. You're the one who went to Six Flags Over Georgia, so let's let you take it. All right?
All right. You ready, Gene? You get to name 5 themed sections of the holiday in the park at Six Flags Over Georgia. Go.
All right, Main Street Christmas, Peppermint Plaza, Retro Christmas USA, a Georgia Christmas, S'mores Village, and I'm still going to give everybody something to your listeners, even though I got it right.
Hey! No, see, now I'm curious if you would have gotten mine. So maybe can we play one more real quick, Gene?
Redo.
Well, this one doesn't count, but go ahead.
Yeah, this one doesn't count. This one doesn't count, but let's give it a try.
You asked me to play a game, not 2 games or multiple games.
Well, Drew made it way too easy. You were on the phone all day with interviews about the Christmas stuff. So, all right, mine was name 5 rides at Six Flags Over Georgia that are not roller coasters. Go.
All right, Crime Wave, Hanson Cars, Up and Away, Swing Seville, and the Riverview Carousel.
He's an expert. He's an
good.
expert.
And Monster Mansion.
Oh,
Monster Mansion, Acrophobia.
The list goes on.
10 seconds is up. You're good. So wait a minute. Did you say?
But I'll still send you something from the Holiday in the Park. Maybe it'll be a Holiday in the Park mug. We'll see.
All right. So we will pick somebody from our Facebook page and we'll send that off to Gene. And thank you very much, Gene. That's very kind of you.
No problem. It was great talking to you guys again. Great to hear from everybody's voice, and we'll look forward to talking next year too. Keep us in mind for when we open in March. We
will definitely be calling you in March. Thanks, Gene.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a great holiday.
Thanks, you too.
Take care.
All right, guys. That's Gene from Six Flags Over Georgia. Good interview.